Hello everyone, welcome back to my art channel. Today we have an original character I did, I made up on the spot. I once again forgot to record me actually making like this rough sketch, but pretty much I just pulled up a reference picture with a pose that I liked and then just traced the shapes over it, and then I copied it onto the canvas I wanted to actually work on. And then I just started actually sketching a character design. And like I said, this one is just original, but like not one I've put a lot of thought into. I wanted an excuse to make a pretty dress with lots of warm colors, you know, red and gold. So I made a character to work with that. Okay. Sorry, my dog wanted into the room because I closed the door because people are awake in the house and I didn't want the noise to be too obnoxious. So I shut the door and the dog was sad. His name is Morty. He was sad that he couldn't be in here with me. Now he is, and I have officially spent more time talking about him than the drawing. That's cool. I am apparently good at this. Not really. I'm sorry. So, I actually did try, like, different design, like, a different style for her hair, and then I ended up hating it. Like, this was my first attempt at her hair, and I wasn't sure if it was good, so I tried something else. And I hated it, and I cut that footage out because I decided you guys didn't need to know that I did that, and now I'm talking about it. So I could have just left it in and you could have watched me struggle, but that's fine. This one does not have as nice a background as my last piece in my last video. This one is just me slapping some color onto the canvas and, you know, adding some texture over it with some different like brush styles. It looks nice, it's fun, but it's not anything fancy. And but this is the last piece I did with my old tablet. I think I mentioned in my last video, if you watched that I ordered a new tablet, a new drawing tablet, and it's finally here. So in the next video, you get to see me draw with that. And I love it. My line art is so much better, and it's a lot easier for me to use the paint bucket tool now because my lines actually consistently meet, and it's not going to get a color that I don't want in places it shouldn't be. And it's exciting. I am excited. Can't wait for you to see that one. Until then, we have this one. Anyway, I've already talked about my dog a lot, but if you would like to know more about him, he is a 6.5 pound Chihuahua. His name is Morty. And, yeah, my life kind of revolves around him. Although, admittedly, I don't necessarily like Chihuahuas. I like him. You know, if that makes sense. He was a rescue. A lady I knew found him and didn't want to take him to the pound because she was afraid he wouldn't get adopted. And so I was like, oh, he's cute. And they let me hold him, and that was it. He was mine after that. So yeah, I have a Chihuahua. I've had other dogs, but he is spoiled rotten. But he's not necessarily rotten. He's actually surprisingly well behaved especially for a Chihuahua. But I don't think I would get another Chihuahua because there's no guarantee that they will be as nice as him. You know, I don't know. I also he's getting old though, so unfortunately I'm thinking about like, what am I gonna do when he finally kicks it? You know? But at the same time I don't want to think about that. So yeah, that's my life in a nutshell right now. I am waiting to see if work will happen again. It's not. It's actually even on the news. I worked at a movie theater, and they said they were gonna try and see if they could open, and it was on the news the other night that the governor was like, oh yeah, no, we're not letting movie theaters open, which on the one hand is fine. It makes sense. I get it. On the other hand, I think I need to get out more. But I kind of don't want to look for a different job because pretty much the only jobs available right now are like customer service-y, like Target kind of stuff. And I've worked at Target before. It wasn't a good time. So either I go back to the movie theater or I find other options. And so until then, I'm just gonna make art videos. I also read Midnight Sun. And if you remember from my last video, if you watched that, I mentioned I have another channel where I just make reviews of things. So I'm working on editing a video of me just roasting Edward Cullen for that channel. It's gonna be a time. Definitely not a good one. Midnight Sun was a trip. Oh, and here, look. Finally, we're gonna talk about the art. Here's me trying to make the background, which is literally just 2 colors, and I fiddled around with the gradient tool a lot. It's going much faster because I sped up the footage, but it was a while. And then I took like one of the watercolor texture brushes and just colored over in various shades onto the background just because it made it more visually interesting, you know, than just plain colors. At least I think it looks more visually interesting than just plain colors, and you know, it's fun. And at this point, like, why should I make art unless it's fun? Also, here we have me coloring her skin, and I will let you know this is also a thing that I kind of mucked up. Like, I spent all of this time and effort, and then I ended up hating the color and replace it. But I left this one in, unlike, you know, with the hair. Yeah, it's not a warm enough color. And I just wanted this picture to be very warm, if that makes sense. Like, I wanted the color palette to be as warm as possible. And that was not happening with the skin tone I initially picked, and I had to do something about it. So I did. I think maybe I could have mixed up the color in her hair a little more, because I feel like it blends into the background too much. But you know, it's too late for that. I've finished. I've done the thing. And since this is an original piece, I feel like I should inform you that I have a Redbubble account where I post my original pieces, so you can buy like prints or like, you know, whatever product I can make it fit on. And so hopefully when I put up this video, I will also remember to post this picture on Redbubble, so you can actually like buy it if you are so inclined. So hopefully my color choices with the hair make for a nice print. Um, maybe I should have thought about that more. But yes, soon you could purchase this. Honestly, I don't make a lot of money off of Redbubble. I've put a lot of stuff up there. I think I've made like $12, but that's fine. I don't expect to make a lot of money off of Redbubble, but like, I think sometimes people are just, if you're interested, my original pieces are available if you would like to buy them, and then I don't have to have an inventory, because that's intimidating. Like, I'm not in a place in my life where like I can comfortably like just sell my own prints out of my living room. So yeah, Redbubble. I personally recommend stickers. I buy so many stickers from there. Just saying. Stickers. Also, first time really I gave a character makeup. That was interesting. Interesting in that I wasn't sure if I had pulled it off, but in the end I think it looks nice. It's a nice little detail. Livens up the picture a little. I don't know. Clearly I haven't gotten any better at figuring out what to talk about while I'm doing these voiceovers. It's great. Talked about my dog and the fact that I have a Redbubble, and gonna be honest, I'm probably going to forget to upload this image in particular by the time this video is up, but I will hopefully remember to at least link it. Someday when I'm not lazy, I will post, you know, the link. Anyway. Yeah. By the way, my dog is asleep now. That was very fast. I wish I had his ability to just nap at the drop of a hat. That would be great. I'd sleep better. Definitely would be less tired on the regular. But, you know, oh well. And I know in the last video I had mentioned that if you had original characters you would like to see me draw, you can leave a comment. Or if you had just characters you wanted, not necessarily original, because then you'd have to send me like a reference picture. But if you had any characters you wanted to see me draw, you could just, you know, leave a comment and maybe I'll get around to it. That offer is still open. I'm still looking for ideas. I'm excited to use my new tablet. One of my friends has absolutely like given me ideas. The rest of the internet might not like these ideas, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I need content, and you know, Emily deserves to have me make nice art for her. So, because I promised her. Earlier this year I ended up in the hospital. I had to have surgery. And before I had surgery, I promised her I would draw her art. And then I had surgery and was out of it for like a month and kind of forgot. And so I owe her art. And she's currently my only subscriber, so the rest of you guys get to deal with the fact that I'm going to make Emily specific art because she is currently my audience. It's not going to be the next video because I already have something recorded for that, but it will be soon, very soon. I'm not gonna mention what it is until it's up, and then you guys can all whine about how much you hate it, I guess. I don't know why I'm talking as if there is more than just Emily watching these videos, but someday maybe there will be more than just Emily watching these videos. And then she can brag about being the first person to watch my videos. It'll be great. It'll be great. And I guess the gold color I picked is not as warm as I wanted it, but I needed some color variation. Because I think I felt at this point that I had gone a little too heavy-handed on the warm colors, and so I picked a cooler shade for the top part of the dress, but it's still like related to the rest of the. It still works, I think, with the rest of the color palette, and it doesn't take away from, like, you know, the nice job I did with her skin. You know, I was very proud of that, and I didn't want to, like, distract from, like, how cool that looked. And I mean, I say I'm proud of it now, but a couple months I might be like, that could have been better. Right now, I'm still at a part where I'm like, yes, no, I did a good job. But then, you know, after a few weeks of pumping out these videos and making content, I'm going to be looking at it and I'm going to think, no, I could have done so much better. I'm going to hate it and probably draw it again. Because, you know, that's what you do when you're an artist. You make art, and then you hate the art, and then you do it over. At least that's how I work. I don't know, man. If you don't regularly do that, I don't understand you. And you should share your confidence and your skills with me somehow. Here we go. This is kind of my favorite part. I use one of the spray paint tool options to sort of try and imitate glitter. And that was great. That was fun. I think, is that my phone? I don't know. Anyway, that was great. I thought it was fantastic. I think I did a really good job. And we're done! So, yeah. I don't know. I'm proud. I'm really proud of that glitter. And, anyway, I hope you had a good time. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye!